There we go. There we go. Peace and love, family. Peace and love. I just started the YouTube. Okay. Let me go back and see who's in here with me. Yes. All right. Keith. We got Keith in here. All right. We got Steve. We got Q. All right. We got Keith. Keith from Virginia. Okay. Broward County 954. Okay. You know. Home team. That's love. I see. What's up, Spirit? The sun is there. Yeah. The sun is there, but it is very cloudy. Love in its purest essence and the answer to all things. Yes. And start with self. Yes, it does. It does start with self. Love does start with yourself. It starts within, and it is one of the purest essence. Yes, to answer all things. Yes, it's the answer to all of any of our problems. Anything that you can imagine can be answered with love. Self-love, going within first. Love is peace and growth and understanding. Yes, come through. Yes, come through with y'all definition of love. I love it. I love it. I don't like how this light is so harsh. Peace to you on YouTube. I'm also live on Instagram, but I see you. I see you. I see you. Where the chat's at? Let me see. Check in. Where you from? Where you at? We talking about love. What does love mean to you? What does love mean to you? We're sharing the vibration of love. See, when I do that, it's like, woo. But it's okay. Peace and love. All praises to the Most High God. You are beautiful inside and out. Yes. Peace and love to you, sister. Thank you. I really, really appreciate love when I receive, you know, your love bombs. I like to call it love bombing. People say that it's cringe. Love bomb is cringe. When did love bombing become cringe? In my head, I came up with my own definition of love bombing until I found out the real definition of love bombing. Then I was like, oh, it's not really a good thing to love bomb. But I appreciate when you guys give me your love, because I'm giving you my love. That's that reciprocal, the reciprocal agreement that we're, the energy exchange that we're giving off right now. When you give me back love, I just send it right back to you. And that just even exchange of giving each other love is just beautiful. But thank you so much for your beautiful comment and compliments. But we talking about love. Okay. To me, from my experience with love, and as I grow and learn about love more and more and connect with love more and more, I realize that love is like someone said earlier, our truest essence. It's that being of true fulfillment, however that means for you in this time. Also knowing that love is kind, love is compassionate, love is tough sometimes. Love can be tough sometimes, right? Can we agree that tough love is actually good for us at times? Sometimes when we get the tough love, that's the push that we needed to move to the next level or to do something, or that maybe opened the door, like person kicking us out the house, maybe opened up the door to meet somebody who now, you know, now we do business together and now we're building this beautiful empire together, you know? So you never know what that, you know, interaction of love, no matter how good or bad it feels, can be or mean for you in your life. Can we agree with that? Like, do you get what I'm saying? Mm. Do y'all get that? Do y'all understand that? Does that resonate at all? Like sometimes that tough love, or that love that, what we don't always picture as love, but that person holding us accountable, right? Sometimes we don't like how that feels when we're receiving that, but you know, your mama screaming at you all the time was actually good for you when you think about it. Like, dang, she was really trying to push me to get up off my behind and do something with myself. You get me? Like, we learn to appreciate those things and those experiences that helped us to be able to appreciate love on a different level, on a different frequency. It makes us better. Yes, it does. It's definitely needed. Yes, love is definitely needed. And first of all, self-love is needed. We always think about those people who pushed us and gave us the nudges of love throughout our experiences and interactions with life. But what about the love that we give to ourselves? Can we actually say that we are pouring into ourselves and actually loving on ourselves? Can we say that we actually listen to our body and pay attention to what it's actually telling us? Like, are you feeling any aches? Are you feeling anything? Or do you go to that area of your body and speak to it? Do you touch yourself? Do you actually like feel what it feels like to touch you? To touch yourself. My heart is releasing. Yes, you open up your heart to release. Grow closer. Go within and go closer to yourself. Self-love is going within and making that conscious decision that you want to do the best for yourself. You want to love up on yourself the best way that you know how in this moment. And as you become more and more aware, we can decide what things we were and what ways we adjust in life, because it's all about balance. But when we really say that we love ourselves, we're taking the steps every day, every single day, to love ourselves even more. How can I grow closer to myself even more? How can I, show up for myself even more? How can I stay committed and do the things that I say that I want to do? Like, if I want to actually, because I used to be a little couch potato. I used to like to lay around. I used to like to lay around. I did. How many of us like to lay around? Me. I like to lay around. I know I used to like to lay around, and I didn't want to actually do what it was that was required of me. And we think about that scripture, faith without works is dead. Lies, right? Yes, one of my affirmations is to love myself even when I'm not loving myself. Yes, even when you're not loving yourself properly, you still have to love yourself through those times. My answer going to be way different from the normal. I say love is a reaction. Love is a reaction. Okay, we could talk about that. Let's talk about love being a reaction. Love being a reaction. Love being a reaction. I don't agree with that, because love is not just a reaction to something that's outside. Love is felt from within. I feel the love within me. I go within and I cultivate it, and I love upon myself, and I actually get real with myself, and I talk to myself like, okay, what's going on? So really, what you doing? What are you doing? And I actually have these conversations with myself. That's me right now. I go to work and my mommy duties, but lay around otherwise, right? All that time outside of what you have set for yourself. set. And that's why a lot of us like, to work, because it makes it easy for us to just have that set schedule. And then all the other times, free game, whatever you want to do, you have whatever you want to do with that time. If you want to lay around, you just lay around and say, I want to rest all the time. That's just what I want to do, right? You could do that. You could do that, right? You could do that, and you're going to get this type of result. Just laying around. Nothing else but what's already programmed or preset for your life. Can I ask what transmits for good for physical healing? Physical healing, we would have to talk about that on a deeper level. That's not for this type of live right now. Okay, so to be aware of it, which makes it a reaction. You have to be aware of it, so that makes it a reaction. So you have to be aware that of love, so love is a reaction. You know how sometimes you got to repeat it several times? It's like when you have to repeat it several times to get it. Okay, so love is a reaction because you have to be aware of it. I don't have to be aware of my love. I didn't never have to be aware of my love. I had to be aware when I was over giving my love. Yes, I did. Lots of times. Lots of times I can be over giving my love to others and not giving my love to myself because I'm so loving. And love is it's just within me. I love to love. I love to share. I love to serve. I love to be. I love life. So I feel love within me. It's not a reaction just because of life. I love it. I just love at its core of what love is. Just being in the vibration of it. Just feeling, to the point where you even cry how much you love, or the times when you didn't love on yourself the right way. Like, that makes you cry. It makes me want to cry when I think about it sometimes. Like, yo, look from where I come. Look from where I'm come. I went from being like that, where I wasn't pouring into myself, where I was sitting around and expecting people to just give me things, expecting handouts, and no one coming to save me. There's no one coming to save you. There is no one coming to save you. Okay, that big thing, that magical thing, that doesn't come if you don't put in any work. That doesn't come if nobody sees you. That doesn't come from you just laying on your couch and nobody knows about you, and you're just going to get the biggest deal or the biggest opportunity that's going to shift your life and change, change your world. That don't come like that. I'm going to be real. That don't come like that. All right, P, how did you break out of that? I broke out of that, honestly, from being a couch potato and being lazy. First off, I made the decision. So everything you're going to have to do, you have to make the decision. You have to know why you no longer want to do that. I no longer wanted to be lazy and laying around because I wasn't getting anything done. I was seeing that I wanted to do a YouTube for years, and I was just sitting around on the idea and not doing nothing about it. And nothing came about it. Nothing came about. Yes, I rested my body laying around on the couch all the time, but what else can I say about those moments? But when I actually did it, when I actually got up and said, I'm going to act instead of sit around and think. I want to be action oriented. And then I started saying all type of action oriented affirmations and success affirmations, and trying to keep myself in the vibration of success and growth and abundance and, forward movement. And that's when I really was able to say, hey, you did this before. You did this once before. You literally woke up every day, meditated every day, wrote out the life that you wanted, and then boom, it happened. It happened so fast too. Sometimes when I think about it, I'm like, yo, this really happens. Like, you really can write this out. You really can, you really are creating your life. You really are the co-creator of your life, but it is all about how you view it, your perspective on this life that you live. And in this, vortex that you create for yourself. Without the word, what is it? Without the word love, what is it? That's a good question. Make you think. Without the word, what is it? No. Okay, hold on. That's a really good question. I really like that question too. Okay, my heart is releasing. Yes, one of the affirmations is okay. Okay. Yes. Kanisha, yes. I know you're here with me, girl. I'm over here with YouTube. I'm making sure I'm keeping up with y'all comments and stuff. I don't know why it looks so hazy over here. Yes. Okay. Taught to be loved correctly. Some people love abuse. It's what they know. Ooh. This is good. Yes. Okay. Let me go back to it. Okay. Without the word love, what is love? Love is a feeling. Love is a vibration. Love is an energy. Love is not just a word. Oh, I love you. Love is the actual vibration, the actual feeling that you feel when you express this for this person or this thing. This could be in, like, you see a good plate of food and you eat it, you feel like, oh my gosh, I just love this food. You feel the energy from the love that you feel from the food that it's making you feel. And then, oh, I like that one. Taught to be loved correctly. Some people love abuse. Yes, and that's what they know. Yes, a lot of people, all they know is abuse. They don't even know love, because love is often presented to us in the form of gifts, gift giving, paying for the bills, making sure you have your essential needs. This is often what we say or we portray that love is. Hold on a second. Often we think that we know what love is, and we realize that we still are learning. We still are figuring it out. We're still aligning in it with that frequency of love. But when we do understand what love really is, and love is truly a feeling and a vibration and a level of consciousness, of a way of thinking, of not a lot of people think that love is the material things that you give for somebody. Oh, I bought you that Gucci bag, so that showed me that I loved you. Oh, I bought you those shoes, them whatever type of shoes, and that means that I loved you. Or I feed you every night. Your parents, I feed you every night, so that showed me that showed you that I loved you. But they never gave you any touch, never gave you any affection, never touched you. People don't even know what touch is. Like, literally, some people will jump at the just a mere, like, somebody going to touch on their shoulder, they'll jump because they don't even understand what it means or feels like to have touch, have affection, how that just literally exudes you in that instant. As soon as I start saying that, you see my voice start to slow down a little bit. It relaxes you. It calms you down. Whenever you start feeling a little angsty or overwhelmed, give yourself a hug, touch on yourself. Just touch your shoulders and run down to your hands. Yes. We make it like it's cringe to love on our children, to hug them, to touch them, to talk to them, actually get in their minds on what they feel and what they got going on. I remember when I was a teenager, I felt misunderstood. I didn't feel like my mother understood me, and I felt like, in a way, I started to hold up like this resentment towards my mother at the time, because I felt like, oh, she doesn't understand me and I want to do this, and just everything is just off. That's how I felt, because I felt like I wasn't being understood. I was misunderstood, until like a couple of years after my teenage years. So this was probably like 19. My perspective was it shifted, and I was starting to think of it more from, she does the best that she can. I was healing on that level of understanding that my mother and my parents, they do the best that they can. I've always been the rainbow sheep. I love that. I love that. Right, as a grown woman, I realized that my mom cared for me but didn't love me because she was never loved. Yes, and a lot of our parents wasn't loved properly. They don't even know what love is. They don't know what love feels like. They don't even know how to express love. So a lot of us, our generation, we grow up not knowing what real love is either. We just know that we don't want what we had for our children. But we don't realize, if we don't decipher what the things are that we don't want, then we will find ourselves bringing it into our current reality, because it's mixed in our DNA. It's embedded in us. It's been years and years and years of being around that type of energy, that type of treatment, that experience, and it lives in our cells. So it's going to take some time. It definitely takes time of breaking down those layers of what has been embedded in us into our DNA, that when we break in those generational curses, this is a part of it, breaking down those layers and those ties and those things that we've brought on for years and years and years, knowing that it really isn't that good for us, and knowing that we don't want to carry it with us. We have to identify what are those things. And when we identify and actually heal through those things, that's when it gets a little, tough, because we want to hold on, and we want to hold on to grudges. Love is not grudges. Love is not holding on to grudges to people. Love is freedom. Love is letting go. Love is understanding, Let's see. Yeah, but a single mom who does her due diligence and then decides to rest, isn't that one of her ways of pouring into herself? Beats burnout. Yes, that is very good. If that's your way, and you're intentionally saying, I'm laying down to rest right now, that's beautiful. Rest is amazing. Rest is necessary, okay? I was laying down for 2 days, honey. It's nothing wrong with laying around, but I do balance. That's the reason why I brought it up, because it's important that we balance that. Laying around knowing that you have something else to do, or something else more important in that moment to do, and you're neglecting it, and you're just like, oh, well, I'll do it another day, and you keep putting it off until it never gets done. You know what I mean? That's when you're like self-sabotaging yourself. That's when you're self-sabotaging. That's when you just like, better, and you're just not doing anything better. Like, you just keep doing the same cycle, expecting a different result. Like, Yeah, I did that one. You're right. It's just a deeper understanding to really question. Yeah, because I mean, if you don't think about it as in a word sense, you could call it anything you want to call it. It's just labeled as the word love, but it still is what it is, and it resonates and you feel it. All my life, I've been very loving. I just have that type of energy. I've always been very caring about people. Oh my gosh, mind you cut your finger. I used to say things like that. Mind you cut your finger, like don't hurt yourself. Without word love and its many meanings, love is simply beingness. Yes, it is. Absolutely. I love that. It is simply just being. It is simply just being. Watch animals in nature. Simple stuff, yes. Watch animals in nature. Watch the butterflies. That's what I did when I went for my walk. Just watch the butterflies, watch the animals in nature, watch watch as the leaves on the trees and the plants just move. Just talk to them. Hug trees. That's what I do. Life is just so simple. That's what love is for me. That fills me up. That makes me feel good. That makes me feel like, you know, I'm doing myself something good. I'm pouring into myself. When I'm out in nature, especially when I'm at the ocean. Hey, thank you. I got one of those super tip things over there, $2.99. Thank you, Travi. Yes, ain't that cute? Okay, so if y'all want to send me anything for the energy exchange, you know, it's not necessary. All of this is coming from my heart. But Cash App, $ Indigo the Heart Healer. It's Indigo the Heart Healer on everything. $ Indigo the Heart Healer. I'm late, but I'm here. Just got in off work. Yes. Okay. People getting off of work. I know I came in at that weird time because I was trying to get the sunset, and it's not really looking sunsetty. It's kind of cloudy, but it's okay. We're still gonna get the sunset. Ooh, wait, hold up. It's trying. It's trying to peep through there. You see that? Y'all see that? Y'all see that? Isn't love an expression of our connection to source, the universe, God? Yes. Because isn't God love? Love is God. God is source. Source is the connection of love. Source is... Okay, let's go back here. When we connect to source, we connect to the truest, purest energy of love. And that's where love comes from. That's when we go within, when we go back to self. We come back to self to connect to source, to God, to the universe, or whatever, you know, the Most High, whatever you choose to call it, but it still is what it is. We come back to self to connect to our highest purpose, our higher being, our higher being. We are spiritual beings having a human experience. So if we come here to earth, this university or school or whatever you want to call it, we came here to learn these lessons and to return back to self, back to love, back to our highest being. And some people, they're not going to learn these lessons in this lifetime. No, so you can't push your where you are in life, and your beliefs and your feelings and your shifts, your paradigm shifts onto people, right? Because you was there one time where you wasn't so as aware, right? So we allow people to move through at their own time, and that's another form of love, because you don't expect the universe to judge you for not doing what you say you want to do. You don't expect the universe to judge you for not co-creating, not actually showing up as a co-creator, not, you know, faith without works. I love this. I just love this. Every time I always come back to this, because faith without works is dead. faith without works is dead. So if I'm not working towards just little baby steps every day, if I'm not working towards what I see my higher self at this moment, if I'm not working towards her, being there with her because she's here right now with me, then I'm off. Something's off that I need to fix. Something's off that I need to correct. There's something I need to come back to me. I need to come back to me. That's what that means. I need to come back to me and see why. Why am I doing this? Why am I causing myself to, why am I giving, and not pouring up, not filling up, filling up my cup? Because all I could give is what's pouring over. What I could give is what's pouring over. I don't ever want to be depleted because I give my love. Because love is not draining. Love is not draining. Nature is the best educator. Yes. What? You hear some things. Nature tells you everything. Nature, the connection to nature, it's just so... If you know, you know. If you know, you know. But nature is so beautiful. It teaches you so much about yourself. And that's why I love to get out in nature and really connect to the roots. Going deep, understanding that all of the roots are all connected. So therefore, we are all connected as well. And if I am not pouring into me, because as a result of me pouring into me, I'm able to pour into you. That's how I can show up. That's why I show up all the time, because I'm able to pour into me. I'm pouring into me first. And as a result of me pouring into me, I am led and drawn here to pour into you, so you can feel my love, so you can feel love in its purest form, without judgment. I'm not here to judge you and say that you're loving yourself wrong. I just want to see your perspective on love, and maybe I could share my perspective on love, and then maybe we can connect on this vibration of love just for a second, because some of us never even get to experience this vibration of love. Some of us don't even know what love really is. So I just want to have this small discussion about love and what love is to you, what love is to me. Let's see, I had something over here. Love means to me oneness with the removal of boundaries and connect to a pure and honest state of being. Ooh. Ooh. See. And a part of that just triggered me, because the removal of boundaries, my connection with the Creator is without boundaries. It's free. It's just pure. It's honest. It's true. No hiding. Just like straight to the point, and lots of listening. But when we connect to love, and I like that, and I really do like that, and I feel like it's a part of me is like, we can't expect that from someone else. But do you see how you work through stuff? Thank you for that. Because yeah, you can. Because as a result, I see it's the boundary thing for me. Okay. Okay. So with the Creator, yes, I don't have any boundaries. It's that freeing type of love. But when we go through our day-to-day interactions and connection with love is also having boundaries. And these boundaries are to help us be able to interact with people, because now we realize that we are maybe triggered in some way, shape, or form by certain things. And as a result of this trigger, we want to say, hey, I don't want somebody to have so much control over my life. I need my power back. All my power, return it right back to me. And you can't just, trigger me and throw me off track, throw me off my course. You can't have so much power to do that to me. I say no. I say no. You know what I mean? So when you reclaim your power, you draw your power back to you. Now you have to do the things, make a shift, make a conscious decision of how you're going to be able to move and think about this once trigger. Now it's no longer a trigger. We now want to transmute that energy into something else. We want to change that, shift the narrative in our mind that this is no longer a trigger for us. This is now just a little bump that comes up, and nobody needs to take nothing personal, because who's taking things personally anyway? Who's allowing people to steal my joy and my power? Not me. How could I say I'm powerful and I allow other people to take my power? How can I say that I'm powerful but I just give my power all away? Power away, power away, power away. Then all of a sudden I feel drained out. Where's my power? Where's my spark? Where's my light? Where is it? Because I just gave it all out to everybody. Just trying to, if I do this, this person gonna do that. If I give this person this, they gonna do this for me in return when I need this. And we make up these stories in our mind, and we create a picture of how, or a narrative of how we want our life to be and want the people around us to interact with us. And we cannot be in control of the people around us. We know we cannot control their actions, their reactions. We can't control how they feel in their mood for that day. We can't control that. We can't control nobody. The only person we have control over is ourselves. And a lot of times we relinquish that control to outside things, drinking, smoking cigarettes. That's the worst type of addiction right there. Cigarettes. People know that they literally know smoking cigarettes is bad for you. And they feel the effects of it being bad for them, and they still smoke cigarettes all the time. So is that love to say, I love myself, so let me smoke cigarettes every day and kill myself? The people who quit smoking cigarettes, when they made that choice, they first had to make the choice like, I don't want this thing to have so much control over my life. I no longer want to smoke this thing. I no longer want it. My body does not like it. I do not like it. I know I picked it up in a time where it was stressful, where I needed it, I felt that as if I needed some help to cope with the situation, and I was afraid to confront what was really going on. Get real with yourself. Get real with yourself. A habit I'm trying to break. Yes. See? Yes. You got to get real with yourself and say, this is not doing any good to my body. This is literally doing more harm than good right now. Stop telling yourself that you need it. Every time you feel yourself telling yourself that you need it, say you don't need it. No, I don't need it. And the reasons why you don't need it. No, you don't need it because of what? It's ruining my lungs. First off, I need nice, good oxygen in my lungs. So, therefore, it's not good for me for that first reason. Secondly, I know that it can lead to cancer. Why would I want to consciously put anything in my body that's going to lead to cancer and my demise and harm my tempo? constantly harming my temple. I was the grandma. It was love from your grandma. I love that. Yes. Our grandmas, often that's who we really feel love from, you know? Because we grew up in a generation of a lot of us where, you know, some of us, our parents, were young, you know? We had young parents that were still trying to, you know, on their journey of finding themselves. And they're still on that journey to this day. We can't hold them to a different standard than we hold ourselves. We are loving and learning, and we are growing, and we're healing, and we're unpacking different layers. I like to think of it like a band-aid that cover all the wounds on your heart. Like, we have lots of wounds on our heart. Some people more than some people deeper wounds than some. But that doesn't mean that you shouldn't take that band-aid off, or you know, start to work on that scar, that deep scar tissue that's there, you know, trying to clear that up and unpack it. You know, our body can regenerate ourselves, but we have to get these things out of our body. Not to mention, the nicotine is a chemical compound that is a pesticide. Yes, absolutely. Absolutely, absolutely, absolutely. I'm speaking on the smoking people. See their elder doing the thing because they said they loved it. Yes, a lot of times it is what we see. It's the patterns. It's something that we've seen for so long, and they make it seem like it's so good, like drinking beer and smoking. Yes. Every party you go to, they gonna have they stuff that they smoking, and they gonna have they drink, right? Everybody, oh, I need to get me a drink. I need to get me a little drinky drink. Oh, wow, I didn't know that. Yes. Everybody, when they go out most of the time, oh, I need to get me a little drink. I got to get me a drinky drink. Lighten my load. Like, you know, take the load off. And there's nothing wrong with having a drink now and then. I'm not judging anybody. But a lot of us, we already know alcohol is not good for our body. And a lot of people abuse the amount of alcohol that they take in. It ain't just one or two drinks. It's like a whole bottle. It's going all out, and you feel like crap the next day. Like, you literally feel like crap the next day. I knew people my age, very young, that had alcohol poison and all type of stuff from drinking too much and partying too much and just trying to escape. That's trying to escape to get away from your day-to-day and what the reality of what things are. When you love life, you don't need to have a drink to get away from it. Would we choose to drink a container of Roach Be Gone? Exactly. Would we choose to drink a container of Roach Be Gone? Like, that's basically what you're saying to your body. Like, okay, I'll do anything just for a good little time. Just for a good time, just so I can turn up. But you can't have that turn up energy within you. You can't cultivate that excitement. You know, that's excitement. That's that cultivating that energy of excitement, that energy of thrill, that energy of, ooh, I wanted ambition. That's what when I celebrate, even if I do a little kombucha right now, I'd be like, oh my gosh. It's like literally like that, because I've really been cleansing my body, and I don't take in or consume alcohol. I really don't take in or consume alcohol. So one drink or a little wine or something, I'm feeling it like, oh, I'm gonna go lay down. You know what I mean? It's like it could be too much. So, and for me, when I usually do something like that to celebrate, or you know, it's like a glass. It's like a glass, and I'm good. But some people, they would go through the whole bottle. And we all know, I don't know if you know, but in the sciences, they say you should have about one drink, maybe two for men, a week. One, maybe two drinks for the whole week. One glass or maybe two glasses for the whole week. This is your glasses of wine and things like that. So a lot of us really pass that quota. Honestly, I don't know why I still smoke. It's starting not to feel that same way. I know it's hindering my spiritual growth. Well, if you know that, babe, then you have to make a decision. And you have to really get real with yourself. It's time for you to get real with yourself and say enough is enough. Enough is enough. That could be something that I'm doing my 28-day challenge. It takes 21 days to end a habit. And I know that smoking is a habit that's been, you picked up for maybe longer than that time, but that gives you your momentum. It gets you started on your groove to make it a habit to not indulge. So I don't know if that might be something that you're interested in, and if your soul is called to it. I have my Me, Myself, and I 28-day mirror challenge, and that's where we're talking about going deep, going in, and remembering who we are, and realigning our chakras, and it's a lot of good things. It's a lot of good things in it. So if you want more information, you want to discuss it with me, if you feel drawn to it, go ahead and DM me on Instagram or email me at Indigo the Heart Healer on YouTube, or come over to Instagram and DM me over there, and I'll give you more information. But let's go back on this topic about love, because I'm really liking this. Yeah, all my elders that grew up, we made it look glamorous to drink and smoke. It's been criticized for not drinking. Yeah, 25 years, no alcohol. Yeah. Ooh, that's good. 25 years with no alcohol. Ooh, that's great. But yes, it is glamorized in our community, especially because that's just how we socialize. Is what we say. That's what we say. That's how we socialize. Let me see if I turn this off. It look better. No. Okay. That's just how we socialize. We come around. That's how we are able to freely converse with our peers and share space. And honestly, is it really helping us? If we really sit back and think, does this help or hurt us in our community and our children, to see them, to have them around, to see us with the glass, and they pick that up, and that be something embedded in them? And it's just, I don't know. If we decide to wake up and break the cycle, we have to do the hard things, to break the cycle, actually do the work. And a part of that is making better decisions for yourself, which in turn, you're making better decisions for your family. People love their slave masters, so it goes back to what you deem to be or been taught, even if it was bad. So because people loved their slave master, it goes back to what you were taught, even if it was bad. So it was still good, you're saying, to love. In those times, you know what I mean? People did what they saw best. And I'm not here to judge nobody, on the way that they love. I'm not here to judge you. I'm here to draw you closer to your true essence of love within yourself, within your being. I'm not here to judge you. And yes, you may love someone who hurt you. Like says, people love their slave masters. Yes, people love their slave masters. Till this day, they will go run out and do whatever they put out on the news, whatever they say, you're gonna go do it because you believe anything that they say is good for you. Whatever. Ooh, hold on. Oh. Yes. So yeah, that's what you believe. Everything that you hear from the people that are higher up and are in government or whatever, that you feel should have your best interest at heart, you still give your power away, because you're giving that to out external forces. and not just going off of your true, because when you really truly love, you know what feels good to you and what doesn't feel good to you. You know, you paying attention to the physical response that your body is giving you in different situations. And the heart, when we think about the heart is the center of it all. It's the center of it all. You can't talk about the heart and not talk about your inner child healing. You can't talk about the heart and not talk about your ego, because a lot of times the ego tries to come in and confuse itself or trick, and trick you to believe that what you're feeling is love. A lot of times the ego comes in to kind of trick you, because the brain remembers what feels familiar, and it remembers patterns. So if we have a pattern of always kind of falling into quickly with people or situations or things, we may have to step back and say, hey, I have this pattern or this way that I usually would do this. How about I try something else? How about I try it a different way? Why don't I try something else this time to see if I get a different result and see if I like that result? And if I don't like that, then I could try something else. That's the beauty of life. There's no everything is infinite. There's no definite thing. If you don't like something, you try something else. But you got to do something, A lot of times we're complacent with not doing. It's a traumatic response. Survival, yes, and our body goes into fight or flight. And a lot of times we all living in we be living in fight or flight. That's how we go through life, in our fight or flight response. Constantly ready to, we're aggressive. We ready to just go off on somebody. We ready to especially in energies like this, that's 5 energy, city life energy. It makes you go more, the momentum is more fast paced, right? So our energy at times is often that way too, is a little bit more aggressive and that anger can be triggered more more easily, and chaotic energy can come about a little bit more frequently in this type of 5 energy, that constant change is city life. Usually cities are more of that type of energy, that fast pace. We constantly can be going, and then we forget for a moment that we have to, so that fight or flight response is constantly going, and we forget that we have to be balanced. We can't be in fight or flight all the time, every day, constantly on guard, ready for anything that happens. No, we still have to be in alignment with the divine and our higher selves, and our higher selves and our divine being. When we connect to that, we understand that we don't have to be in this fight or flight response all the time. We don't have to always be ready for war, everything that we do, because this is also causing a response physically in our body when we're in this constant vibration of stress. That's what it is, a constant vibration of stress. It's not love, because when we're in the vibration of love, we know that it's calm, we know that it's truthful, we know that it feels good, we know that it feels at home, it's comforting. We know what that feeling of love, and some of us don't know, so that's why I'm trying to be more descriptive. But we understand that feeling of love, and when we understand that we're in the fight or flight, that means that everything in our body is going faster at this very moment. Everything, when we have anxiety and we constantly thinking, our mind is constantly going, our heart is constantly going, our kidneys are constantly going. Sometimes we're not eliminating properly. A lot of us have to be very honest that our elimination schedule and our elimination process is not all in alignment, because one of the things that we all have in common is the type of food that we eat. For the most part, most people, majority of people have it in alignment. And even if you eat differently, we still come across the same type of diseases or issues that may come up, right? So is our body working properly? Because now we in fight or flight, and our heart is constantly beating, heart rate constantly up, which causing the blood pressure to be up. The vessel's working real hard now. The vessel's got to be working overtime. Even in your sleep, some of us can't even get good sleep. We constantly thinking in our sleep, so we're having insomnia, and we up all night, and then still our body is in fight or flight, going. Then we start feeling things, because our body's now saying, okay, you haven't responded to the fact that you stayed in fight or flight for so long. So let me give you another hint. Let me give you another sign to the fact that you need to do something about this right now, and it may come in the form of, like, something may start feeling achy. You may start feeling an ache on your back, You may just start feeling something on your shoulder, your ache on your shoulder, or just something in your hip. Just feel like a little, just a little slight tenderness or pain. It just came out of nowhere. Nothing that you did could have caused this, but now you just feeling achy and crampy, and your body not, your body is not feeling the best. You're tired all the time, and now you don't even know, like, what's going on. What happened? What changed? Your body is always going to catch up to itself, and it's always going to give you signs that something is off, because it naturally wants everything to function properly. It constantly is regenerating, reprogramming, what word I'm looking for? Regenerating over and over and over. Your cells, your organs, everything. It's constantly regenerating. The skyline set looks nice when you move out the way. Oh, I gotta move back. There it go. Oh, and I don't think it works like that on YouTube, but that looks nice. Ooh, thank you. Ooh, thank you. Okay, look at it. Orange color, choices, awareness. Yes, right. From trauma, from the past, DNA, memory. Yes. This trauma run deep, honey. This trauma run deep. It's deeply embedded in our DNA. So it's not going to happen in one sitting. I'm going to talk about this, and you'd be like, oh, I'm just going to let this go. For some people that can happen. Some people, they be about the change, and they were like, okay, it was brought to my awareness today, so I'm going to make a shift right now in this very moment. Some people, they need some time to start breaking down the layers that come along with getting rid of this thing out of your life. Actually get into the root cause of why you even smoke cigarettes in the first place, instead of just saying, I just want to quit it, and then go to something else, picking up another habit. You know what I mean? It's very important that we get to the truth of why it is that we wanted cigarettes in the first place. Where were you trying, what were you trying to escape from at the time that you picked up that, and what are you still trying to escape from by picking up that habit? Such a horrible habit, and knowing and consciously knowing that, but still having a hard time. That means that you need to go a little deeper to the core meaning of why, like, where did it start? Where did it start, and where did this, come from? What's been going on for you over time that you feel and rely on this thing to escape from your reality? Years of therapy. It could take some. Yes, it can take years. This could take years. It could take years. Give yourself grace. Give yourself grace, because just even doing this live session with me right now is more than enough. Just having this awareness, boom, is more than enough in this very moment. Because as you start to grow and move through your journey and become closer and closer in your connection to yourself, then you're going to realize everything is going to play out exactly how it needs to. Everything is going to have a trickle. It's the butterfly effect. It has a ripple effect. So one decision then leads to another decision, then leads to another decision, then leads to another decision, and then it all just, it's a spiral. It's a spiral. One thing leads to the next, lead to the next, lead to the next, lead to the next. That's just how it is. It's constant movement. That's what we are. We're energy, and energy can never stay stagnant. Stagnant energy is not growth. Growth is being able to move and shift and change and rest when you need to, and go when it's time to go, and honor yourself in those moments, and when you know that it's time to do those things. Not force yourself to do something just because you have a deadline to do it, or you're just trying to do it. Yes, sometimes we're going to have to push ourselves beyond our comfort zone, and that's a part of healing too. It comes along with it, pushing ourselves past our comfort zone, because we're going to want to do what feels comfortable. We want to do what feels familiar. You know, I was stressed and asked for a puff of someone's cigarettes. No, done deal. Yes, yes. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. I've never personally tried it, but just the smell from the fumes of the cigarette, I can't do it. The chemicals, too much. They're too much for me. So yes. So the opposite of fight or flight is our relax. It's our, it's our parasympathetic nervous system. It's the part of our nervous system where we just need to just go with the flow and relax. Slow it down, right? And this is very powerful too, because when we relax and we slow it down, we get clarity. We gain clarity on what it is we need to be doing, what our next steps should be. Instead of thinking about our next steps and what they should be, we just do them. That's the huge shift. Instead of sitting around thinking about what the next step should be, you get up and you do it. So yeah, there's times where you have your brain dump and your strategy sessions, and you think about what it is that you want to bring into the world, or into your life, into your existence. But then after you do that, what happens? After you do that, what happens? After you think about all the ways that you can make $1 million, and all the ways that you could get, these things shifted in your life, what do you do? What do you do now? Be honest. I want y'all to be real honest. What do you do when you get to that point? Like, oh, all that energy was there. You had such a great idea. Yes, 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 yes. And then you just don't push through. That great idea just no longer becomes so great. It was all right. It was all right idea. I'll have better ideas. I get new ideas every day. Fear. 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 Fear is often what comes in. Self-doubt. Okay, self-doubt kicks in. Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. I struggled with self-doubt for a long time. Like that was my thing. Like, oh, I doubted. I mean, I know we all have doubted that we can actually do this thing that we say that we want to do, or just accomplish this thing. Programming kicks in. Programming definitely kicks in. And that's why it's also a part of reprogramming. ourselves, reprogramming, reparenting ourselves, because so long we didn't have a choice in the matter. Yeah, because we were unconsciously moving through life, just being unconsciously. But now that we're consciously being, this is a shift. Now we have to reprogram how we're going to consciously be and exist and go through our lives without going to the extreme. A lot of people go to the extreme. A lot of people, their first expression of it is extremism, and they're like, I want to tell this to the world. I want everybody to know about this newfound information that I found out, and how they are living life wrong, because now I'm living life right because I found out about this thing. Let's be real. What I found that helped me was to remember everything that I had achieved thus far. Yes, that's amazing. That's one of the tactics. Remember how far you've come, what you've achieved. I knew that if I could do it once, I could do it again. Simple. If I could do it once, I could do it again. And I know that to be true because I did it before. And I knew what it took to do it. It didn't take me sitting around. It didn't take me just being lackadaisical about it. Like, I literally had to sacrifice sometimes time, energy to accomplish my goal. But I made up for that by counteracting that with times and periods of rest. But I did have to sacrifice time and energy at the time when it was happening. Let's just be real. Okay. A lot of times that comes from childhood patterns and or the environment. Yes, that's a lot. That's literally where most of our indoctrination comes in. From our childhood experience and patterns and the environment that we were raised in, and we hold on to these things. So that's why it's important for us to have these dialogues, because sometimes we're not going to have this come up on our own because you're not thinking about that. That's just your way of, like, you know, being. That's just your way of being. Nice. That's just your way of being, so you don't see it as nothing different, or you don't see it as something that needs to be shifted in your life. You don't see that because you kind of grow up like, oh, that's how I've always been. And if somebody doesn't bring it up to your attention, or you're not triggered, some things go miss. They stay suppressed. They stay suppressed. Brainstorm these accomplishments, and it assisted me in moving forward, moving past the self-doubt. Yes. So whenever, oh, I love that. Black Handsome. I love that. Because when you literally get to that point of feeling like maybe I should not do this, that's when you're like really like just now. That's when you really now touching, you know, or embarking on a new territory. That's when you really start, you know, shifting things in your life. When you really start feeling like, dang, I don't want to do this no more. I want to quit. Or dang, this is too hard. Man, I just can't. When that self-doubt comes in, and those unconscious programs come back up to try to deter you from what you really want right now and what you're going after, that's when you're so close. You're so close on just embarking on just a new territory of that thing, and taking it to the next level. And I guarantee you, if you push through and you remember every time that you start feeling this way, like, no, I actually showed up for myself before, and I actually accomplished this thing. And this is why this is really my intentions of the challenge, is because if you feel like you can accomplish something in 30 days, 28 days, 21 days, well, I said let's go to 28, and I actually added in some bonus, so you got stuff for the whole month. But I actually, when you feel accomplished, like, yo, I did this thing for 30 days, for 28 days. I actually did this thing and accomplished this goal. Because I'm going to challenge you to set forth a goal. Discover your why. Why do you want to do this challenge? Why do you want to be more self-loving? What do you want to get from after these 28 days? Because that's your personal thing. That's what you want to do on your own. And we are just here to hold you accountable on what the activities that we have planned throughout the challenge, and us being there for support for each other, and being able to help each other push past those moments where self-doubt come up, and you don't feel like going further, and you just want to quit, and you be like, I'm gonna do the next challenge because it's just not. Stop making excuses for yourself. This is really just like that poke, like, I'm gonna be behind you to be like, yo, are you showing up for yourself? Are you committed? Do you really want to see results in your life? Do you want to shift? Because it's up to you, not me. It's not up to me to do the work. I do the work for me. I can't do the work for you. I can only give you the tools, and I like to call that my toolbox. So y'all get the toolbox with it. So I like to give you my tools and the different modalities that I use to get more into alignment, and to be able to be a clear channel to express, and be a clear channel to serve. That's what I'm here to do. I'm here to serve you. I'm here to help you cultivate love within yourself and get more and more closer to what self-love is for you, and live the life that you want to have ultimately. If you want it, you got to put in the work. I want this, so I'm showing up. I'm putting in the work. I'm here every day. I do a little bit towards my goals every day. I have my why. I know exactly why I want to serve. Okay, the classic jazz music with the added car horn. Horns in the back gives it a good essence. Literally, Peruvians. They love their horn. They love their horn. All day, all night. They don't care. They love their horns. It's no getting away. It ain't no getting away from it. Peruvians and their horns. It's just a part of it. I love this. I showed up for myself today by working on my art. That is beautiful. That is beautiful. That is beautiful. Being creative and expressive is a good way to share and show self-love, because you take that moment to yourself to just create and just allow that energy to just flow through you. So one thing I've been called to do more and more now, that's why I said I'm coming on live. I'm coming on live, honey, is to use my voice. I don't know in what ways I'm playing around with the different ways now, but to use my voice, to actually show up and use my voice and connect to my people. Like, yes, show up and use your voice. That throat chakra is open. I'm showing up. I'm talking about love. We're going to talk about it. We're going to have to discuss the discussion. Many people lack a support system, like none of any kind. Yeah, a lot of people lack a support system, and I know that, but I also understand that the self-love journey can be very lonely at times, and it may be difficult when you are healing, or you may be easily triggered to be around people or to interact with people. But that's why it's so important to first change your mindset of how you approach community and support, and actually come from a loving space, and a space to be vulnerable. Like, I show up and I'm vulnerable. I share personal experiences on my platform. So I'm already showing you that you can show up and be vulnerable with me, because I'm not hiding anything. I come with the real, who I am. I tell you stories that maybe other people wouldn't be so open about sharing, but I share it to to help to inspire. And that's a part of my purpose, is to inspire you to raise your consciousness, inspire you to love more, and inspire you to be more connected to yourself. Yeah, and in turn understand that you're connected to everything, because you are not separated from anyone or anything. Everyone has achieved a bunch of stuff. Yes, I know for sure there's something in your mind that you could think of right now that you've achieved. How many of y'all recognize these achievements for yourself? Yes. How many of us can recognize the achievements? Please, please put in the chat some achievements that you've recognized for yourself. And this is one of those steps when I call you out on this to say, hey, what is an achievement for yourself? And I say, put it in the comment section. This is a call to action for you to step out of your comfort zone. It's the moment for you to step out of your comfort zone and actually say, hey, let me point at myself for a second and acknowledge my own accomplishments. How many of us acknowledge our own accomplishments? How many of us actually acknowledge our own accomplishments and the great things that we do, instead of just looking for ways to criticize ourselves and constantly say how we're not doing well, or how we're not showing up, and what all the things that we weren't, are we not doing? First grade, second high school, third college, fourth change a flat tire, fourth cooked, and so on. Use these accomplishments to bust past. Yes, you accomplished first grade. You accomplished high school. You accomplished college, many of us. Yes, changed a flat tire. That's a huge accomplishment. Yes, cooked. Cooking is an accomplishment, honey. Cooking is really an accomplishment. It really, really is, because you got to put love into your food to make your food taste good, because sometimes you can do whatever you want to do with it and that thing don't show up good. I bought my first home. Yes. Use these accomplishments to bust past self-doubt. We still do it. I still do it. I still show up for myself and tell myself about all my accomplishments. Literally, that's why we talking about this. That's why I'm sharing. I'm so happy that we're here and we're on this same vibration, because I literally have to say, you know what, push past, push through, still show up. Literally, I write these long captions. I know most people ain't gonna read my long captions. I know most people not. But if you read the caption, you actually get value from the captions that I'm writing. I'm actually writing and channeling from my heart when I write my captions, because it's literally, I really want you to show up for yourself. I really, really am about that life when I say that I want you to love on yourself more and more. I want you to be more connected to yourself. I ain't trying to make you love up on me. I'm trying to make you love on you, on yourself. I'm trying to make you have the life that you desire. You know what I'm saying? If you want to be about this travel, location-free life, I have something coming for you too. If you want to be able to commit to something for 30, 60, 90 days, 30 days, we got right now. This is the challenge we got going on right now. I am here to support you. I am here to serve you, because I was able to pour into myself. If I wasn't able to do this for myself, I would not be able to show up for you. If I wasn't at a place right now in my life where I felt like I could even do this, I would not be doing this challenge. I would not, because I have to be in a good place to show up. I have to be in a good place to show up and to be able to serve. You have to love yourself first. So I took the time to love myself, and I'm loving myself every single day. I'm not perfect. I am not perfect. Neither are you. And we are all working progress. We are all in this together. It's important not to have low vibrating people around you. They will help you to not push through. That is facts. That is facts. That is facts. And I love that. Yes. Y'all talk in the comments section. It is important not to have low vibrating people around you. It is important. I don't care who they are. I don't care who they are. You better limit your time around them if you still want them in your life. Because it has a direct effect on the way that you show up for yourself. The people you have around you, low vibration, you're gonna it ain't no way. It's contagious. It's like contagious. And yes, we are light and we vibrate high, right? We vibrating high, we keeping that vibration high, we connecting to the frequency of love, compassion. We are coming connected and more divinely connected to ourselves and the oneness of it all, of existence, of everything. We are all connected. We know that. We draw closer and closer to ourselves every single day. But I am not perfect and you're not perfect. Things are going to happen. Things are going to come up. And that's just how life is. And we work through it. And we become better versions of ourselves and better versions of ourselves and better versions of ourselves. So right now, the highest version of yourself right now that you can even think of is probably a lower version of yourself that you can go higher and higher and higher, because we're infinite and that energy is infinite and can keep going. So it's very important that we don't limit ourselves and try to like put a ceiling on our possibilities, right? So you don't have to accept being around low vibing people. I don't care who they are. I don't care who it is. You deserve, say I deserve to have high vibrational people around me. I deserve to have people around me that are loving, compassionate, that are actually here to help me on my growth and my journey, to help me, to hold me accountable when I may be thrown off my path at times, to help pull that little string when I may be just going off on the wrong path for a little bit and not noticing it, because it happens. That's why we constantly have to stay in a vibration of balance and harmony, and constantly moving through life, figuring it all out, understanding that we don't want to repeat the same lessons over and over, the same cycle, without getting the lesson. We're trying to get the lesson and move forward. It's like a game. It's like a game. When you think about life, it's really like a game, because after each level, it's like, it's a new awakening. It's a new ascension. It's a new moment for learning ourselves now, because we have to relearn ourselves in every journey, in every process, in every level as we ascend. I'm no longer who I was before I left Miami, 7 months ago now, living on the road, like traveling the world and living my life. And I'm no longer who I was before I left, and I'm no longer who I was when I was in Costa Rica and now being in Peru. I'm a whole different person. But I constantly work on staying in that alignment and understanding and going within myself to get a better appreciation for my truest essence and who I am and my being. It's beauty in that. Alignment, yes. Okay, yes. Made it past 25. That's a huge accomplishment for some. Make 100K. Yes, making 6-figure is a huge accomplishment. Like, that's beautiful. Did more good than bad in my neighborhood. No felonies. These are great things to be these are great accomplishments, and acknowledging them reminds us, it's like a reminder that, let me keep pulling through, let me keep pushing through, and if I've gotten on the other side of that thing, I can get on the other side of this thing, whatever that is. Travel to other countries. It's a blessing to travel. I read captions. Yes, me too. I'm a caption reader too. It'd be long, For some people's attention span is not, and it's not for them. And that's what that means. It's not for them. I'm not for everybody. Our energy is not for anybody. You know, if you are connected, this is a soul connection here. You're drawn here for a reason, for a purpose, and I want you to feel that. I want you to know that. I want you to feel my love when I share my words that come out of my mouth. I want you to feel that. And I don't want me to try to convince you to feel that. You should already know. I'm not going to convince you to feel my love. I'm not going to convince you to resonate with me. If I don't, then I'm just not for you. And that's okay. That is totally fine to not be for people. Too many times we be trying to force people force people to like us. Like, if you don't like me, okay. You just wasn't meant to like me. We wasn't meant to like each other. That's okay. It's all love. It don't have to be no hate. It don't have to be no, you know what I'm saying? Ain't nothing to it. I don't have to vibe with everybody. And I don't have to not like you because I don't vibe with you. It's okay for you to be you and me to be me and us not to be we. But for who it is meant to be, it will be. Ooh, bars. So I no longer try to fit into boxes that you know, try to make me stay boxed in. I am who I am. If I resonate with you, my energy resonates with you, then that is amazing. Let's connect. Let's talk. Let's vibe. Let's support each other through things. Let's actually get to the bag and accomplish our goals. And that might not be the bag. That might just be more love within yourself. Maybe it might be you want to get to working out. You want to work out more and you want to make that commitment. There might be other people in the support group that wants to accomplish that same goal, and then we come together. We're accountability partners now, and we get to encourage each other when we feel like, I don't feel like doing it today. I don't feel like it. Or who we just like, that's not really my attitude. My attitude is like, I don't wanna. Because I'm dramatic, but look at the sunset now, right? Oh my gosh. Beautiful. It's breathtaking. Most important, helped and made people aware of spirituality. Yes, that is a huge accomplishment. That's amazing. I love to bring awareness to people, but what I'm not going to do is just come around and just boop, 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 bash you for doing what you do, but I am going to bring it to your awareness. So there's no bashment, no judgment. I'm just saying that you make the choice. You got to you got to make the choices for your life. I got to make the choices for my life. For those who are ready to make the choice in their life and they need to listen a little bit of help and support, that's what I'm here for. Most importantly, cut them off. Cut the low vibrating people off. Having low vibrating individuals consistently around, it's like putting water half in your car gas tank. Yep. It's like pouring water in your gas tank. You will start to spit and sputter. Yes. Even if it's your parents, yes, even if it's your parents that are low vibrating, you have to make that choice to say, okay, I'm not going to allow this person to be around me in my life affecting my energetic field, because when they come around, this is why we say keep high vibrating people around you, because high vibrating people can vibrate together. If I'm vibing high and somebody else is vibing low and I allow them to come and vibe with me, it's going to either go one way or the other, and majority of the time the vibration is then decreased for you to be able to vibrate with that person. So I know a lot of times just going to your mama's house or something, it feels like a drag because she's going to complain, she's going to scream, she's going to yell. I don't know. It's the screaming and yelling for me. I can't do that. I can't do the screaming and yelling. But they constantly, like, sometimes parents don't, especially those who aren't conscious and they don't have the capacity to understand us and where we are. they project and think that we don't have it all together because we embrace the unknown and we're not always stuck on exactly one way of doing things. We're open to receive and flow through life, even though we are going in one trajectory. Plus, end up with flat tires. Yes. You definitely was spitting. Bars. Love is the bag. Love is the bag. Y'all, that's the key. Love is the bag. Love is the energy. Money is energy. If money is energy, the bag is energy. I need to make sure I'm taking care of my energy. Because money don't like when money don't like you when you think you're not gonna get no money back. Money don't like you when you spend and you like, dang, I'm spending. No, money like when you circulate. Money like to circulate and come back to you. Money is so drawn to you when your energy is in the vibrational flow of money, because you understand that money is energy and money is love. If love is your energy, it's just gonna, all of that comes along with money. Paper money or the exchange of money is just the physical, tangible thing, product, byproduct of your energy. So you're giving me your energy, energetic exchange through physical paper money. But some people, we don't need to do an exchange through money. We do an exchange through energy, and we're able to do this exchange and understand that this exchange sometimes is far more deeper and meaningful than money, any amount of money could buy, because it's not about the amount of money that you're spending for this energetic exchange or circulating by contributing to this person. It's more about shifting. What was I saying? Yes, so it was about it's about shifting your perspective of how you think about love and the vibration of getting to the bag, because getting to the bag is getting to your energy. And when you have a good energy, when you have pure, authentic, true energy, you are able to show up as your true and authentic self. And as a result, people are going to want to give you the money. They want to give you the money. You don't even have to ask. People just going to want to see, how can I work with you? How can I contribute to your service? Because you deserve it. Because we deserve it. Money is our birthright. Abundance is our birthright. If we say abundance is our birthright, then money is a part of our abundance. I don't do anything for money or just for abundance, but I understand that abundance is beyond just money. It is the abundance of fruit that I get to eat every day. I'm so grateful for that. Just the abundance of fruit that I can actually go to the market every day and have fresh fruit and literally pay like $4 or $5 or circulate $4 or $5 to the local farmers and vendors in the market. That brings me joy. That energy and that feeling, and that is going to bring more of that energy and feeling. So we have to be very very aware of how we feel, right? And how we go about things, and when we speak about things, and when we do things consciously. So when we come unconsciously and we say, oh, I'm just spending my money, oh, that is just so expensive, I don't want to spend that, and then we get in our head, this is the ego coming of why, all the reasons why we shouldn't be circulating our money. But we shift our mindset and say, I'm circulating my money with the local farmers, and I'm giving back to this community with every penny, every dime, that I spend or I circulate here, I am contributing to more and more and more and in more and more and more. So that brings me joy. That makes me feel good. That vibration runs through my whole body. It makes me want to move. I love it. But when we don't feel like we don't have that vibration that makes us feel good and makes us want to move, that feeling is also bringing more of that. When we feel down, when we feel chaotic, and our minds is constantly thinking and racing and going all the time, when we feel that chaotic, anxious type of energy, that's a moment, that's a sign that we need to slow down for a second, that we need to take a moment to breathe, slow down our nervous system, connect more back to who we are. This is so true. Yes. 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 This is beautiful. I'm so happy that you've showed up today with me and we've been having this beautiful discussion. How long have I been on now? I feel like I should wrap it up. We got to see the sunset. That was beautiful. Anybody have any like questions or anything you want to talk about before I leave? Or do you feel fulfilled today? Do you feel filled? Remember, I have the challenge, the 28-day challenge. We got my ladies in here who's already joined the challenge, and I'm super excited because we are getting to it, honey. Yes. Yes, thank you so much gratitude for sharing this space and your precious time with me. I am so grateful for you. You see my phone about to die, so that was the sign right there. It was time to go. I hope that this conversation filled you up and helped to bring you closer to another definition or meaning of love. Oh wait, you're talking about it now? Yes, I hope that you are able to think about love differently and share love more and more to yourself and those around you. And yeah, join the challenge if you feel led. Email me, Indigo the Heart Healer, or DM me on Instagram at Indigo the Heart Healer. And yeah, let's get it in. Let's go, let's go, let's go. Love you all. I love y'all so much, family. See ya later.